really want to know. Tell us a little bit about your first time in Paris, and was it somehow linked to the show?
Our first time in Paris? And was it related to the show?
Your very first time, and I'm going to ask the same questions too.
My first time in Paris was in the it was in the early 80s, and I was an infant, and I came here with a fella, and we stayed at the Hotel Raphael. We saved our money, and we stayed there, and we had excellent cheese, and jambon avec beurre, baguette, avec moutarde.
Favorite.
And we went to the d'Orsay and all the museums, and it was wonderful. We rode the metro, and it was absolutely perfect. Perfect.
What about you, Sarita? What about you?
I also came here to meet a fella, and we stayed at my aunt's house, but she didn't know we were together. It was the late 80s. Maybe we were here at the same time. And we met outside the d'Orsay. And we made sandwiches and sat in the park. It was the most romantic thing. It almost was so romantic I was going to cry before it ended. Do you know that feeling?
It's going to do the same tonight. Cynthia, how does it feel to be back in Paris this time?
It feels amazing. Yeah. It feels amazing. We were here, my wife's father was from Grenoble, so we come here fairly often for most of Grenoble.
You go there often?
Yes. Hey, hey, hey.
Sorry.
It's a nice town.
And I was something in the crowd too.
So yes, so we were just here in April, so yes, always an amazing time, and yeah.
For the fans of the show, what is the thing that might surprise them about this season? And I think you should go.
I had such a good Paris story.
Oh, you go ahead. You go. I don't want to be the guy. I don't want to be the guy. I mean, I am the guy, but I don't want to be the guy.
Well, I love Paris.
I want to know about it.
If you want to tell a Paris story, we should hear it.
Well, I saved Paris in my teenage mind that I was only going to go to Paris with the person I was going to marry. Yes. So at the age of 30, or 29, I don't know, something like that. No, shoot, 33. I was dating Boris Kojo, and he brought me to where he's from in Germany, and then he said, do you want to go to Paris? And I said, yeah, sure. And then he took me in Germany to the mountain he used to go with his dad and his grandpa, and he proposed to me. And we flew to Paris, and we stayed at Cosca. I don't even know if it even exists anymore. We had French fries, and had the yeah. And it was the time of my life, and we've been married 20 years.
20 years this week. 20 years this week.
So that was a pretty good story, I have to say. So you're punished, you can answer the next one. Okay. So it will go to Kristin.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What is something unexpected about this mystery?
Oh, unexpected. Oh my, unexpected.
Cynthia reminded us of a bit of a surprise earlier in the day.
There's a big
surprise
coming. Yes, a big surprise coming.
You have a big surprise.
I do have a surprise coming. It's maybe, I don't know, yours is better.
Mine is very difficult too.
That's true, in a different way.
Ours are difficult.
That's a good teasing, Jesus.
But it's all good. It's all good. It's a joyous season, and we have some incredible locations.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
It's a big, juicy, robust, full, happy, surprising season.
Emotional.
Yes.
Emotional.
And I dare say sexy.
And sexy.
I dare say sweaty. They were having fun with this story.
What is something we can take away from those women's friendship? I would want you to pick one thing that women can take away out of this season and out of this series globally. I feel like you should go. You have naughty eyes.
Devotion. Devotion.
Devotion?
Yeah.
That's one? Give me one.
It's funny, I always tear up when they ask me this. No, because we all really like each other, which I don't know if that's normal. Amazing. Trust.
Yeah. That comes from for the play, but also in real life. What is something the series teaches us?
Well, I feel like the original series and this series as well is about a group of women who are very different life experiences, have very different, sometimes, opinions about life, but whose devotion and loyalty to each other is never questioned. And I think all of these women, you know, despite the fact that we're, you know, in our 50s, have kept exploring, and that we have the courage and the strength to do that because we know that these women always have our backs.
We are in the city of love, but mostly in the city. And tell us how. Sarah, Jessica.
I think it would have been impossible that it didn't impact our lives in some way, and I think in my case it's been probably the greatest masterclass ever in what it really means to make a beautiful item. The time, the attention, the detail, the talent to have met and worked with so many designers who are emerging and established. And it just made me enormously appreciative of those talented people that we've been able to work alongside for so long, and just incredibly lucky to get to have borrowed so many beautiful things and walked in so many extraordinary pairs of shoes.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, honestly, every episode. We love it. Christine?
Either mic. For me, who was kind of very novice of the fashion world, I feel like I learned from Sarah Jessica and from our incredible costume designers kind of the art of personal expression through clothes and through fashion. I didn't really have like the confidence, I don't think, really to do that on my own until like through the process we were exposed and had the joy of being able to create through the fashion, which really taught me a lot about how you can use fashion. I think I was always afraid of fashion, that it would wear me. But exactly, but cute. Thank you, Cynthia. It was, you know, it was a master class in that way for me, but I was starting at a much lower point. I don't know. It's true. It's so true, you guys. Different, definitely different.
It wasn't the goal of that question at all.
Okay.
I don't want to pick you one second another.
Well, I would say if Sarah Jessica was in the penthouse and Kristin was in the ground floor, I was in the basement. And so, but I really want to say something very similar to what Kristin said, is that through Sarah and through our designers, there was so much high fashion, but there was also so much, you know, a $5 item, a $25 item, and what they taught us was exactly that you're not a clothes hanger to showcase the clothes showcase you, and that you shouldn't be afraid to play. You shouldn't be afraid to mix something high with something low and make it your own.
So initially I was going to say, no, Cosima dresses very differently than me, and I love her style. I A, couldn't afford it, and B, I couldn't, it's heavy. You know, the earrings weigh, the handbag I can't even open. But this season's different because something happens to my character where I wear slightly different clothes at one point, and they were sourced internationally from, there was one from Colombia that was handmade for weeks. And it's so beautiful. No one knows this designer, and they will as the series comes out. And that kind of makes me happy because I started to learn about what it takes to make a dress.
Beautiful.
us? Or?
Well, I have just learned a lot about women who commit to their fashion. You know, we all have that friend when they open the purse, the wallet is nice, the sunglasses are nice, the keychain is nice. And LTW is one of those women, and they put all of those things in one of those fabulous purses that they give me. I'm so blessed to carry. And the cell phone case. So for me, what I've been gifted by being with these beautiful women is, in my personal life, I just wake up and I decide to wear the dress. I don't save it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm running errands, I put on what I really want to put on.
It goes with everything. Thank you for that. I have one last very cheesy question. What are you excited to eat while you're in Paris?
French fries.
Mood. That's a good one.
Well, what Sarah ordered this morning for breakfast?
Oh, I made myself a jambon avec beurre, but I had a ham and baguette.
Jambon beurre.
Last night we did have escargot last night. It was very good at an old French place. And I will be stopping by Le Petit Vendôme for a sandwich to take back to America. Everyone know that place, Le Petit Vendôme?
Yeah.
Greatest saucisson avec beurre.
Where we love saucisson.
Et cornichons. Poulet rôti, salade verte.
I think that's all for us, ladies. We are really excited to get to watch the first episode of your beautiful season.